Okay, I'm gonna make some soup, and it's gonna be good for you, and it's gonna be reset friendly. So right now I've got some coconut oil just melting in my pan. I've got some organic coconut oil, and now I'm going to add 2 medium onions, because I'm doubling my recipe, okay, because I love extra soup, because I can eat it all week. I've got about 4 stalks of celery. I've got about 4 cloves of garlic chopped, okay. I've got about 4 or 5 carrots right there chopped. And I've got 4 jalapenos chopped seeded. So seeded is key here, okay? And right there, okay? So I'm gonna stir this up, get this all going, cooking nice, and it's gonna take about probably 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm not gonna bore you, I'm gonna come right back. Okay, we're back. Magic, look at that. It's all cooked down, all right? Nice and tender veggies. See, now I'm gonna add, because I doubled it, like I said, I'm gonna add 7 cups of water. So I'm grabbing my water, and since I didn't have a 7-cup measuring cup and didn't want to do it in front of you, I just put it in the pitcher. Okay, so here's my 7 cups of water. Ooh, oh, and quiet, listen to that. I'm gonna add 2 28-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. Now here's a big thing you really want to look for when you're doing diced tomatoes or anything in a can, because technically I'd like to just dice my own, but in the value of time for today, I got them in a can. And so you want to just make sure anything that you're buying in a can, look at the ingredients. You want to make sure that there's no sugar added, okay? I did black beans, and they're supposed to be drained and rinsed, so that's what I did because I followed the directions. Drained and rinsed. Now I added an extra can of black beans because I like them, and I know my family does, so I did that. Okay, I've got 1 cup of quinoa, uncooked, all right, in there, in the pot, looking good. And stir that in. Almost looks like Christmas, doesn't it? And then I've got a good, it called for about 1/4 cup. I did more than that of cilantro, chopped nicely. I'm gonna stir that in. Now here's the thing. This is where my whole direction thing goes way out the window and my ADD sets in. Now, I read the directions and saw how much they had for spices. Now, they wanted cayenne, and they wanted, you know, about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. Now, I don't believe in that, okay? So I have a big thing of cayenne, and I do about that much. I can always add more if I want to, right? But this is a lot of soup, and I think it calls for a lot of cayenne, right? This is a Mexican soup. Got to give it some justice. Now, one of my favorite spices ever is cumin. Now, it's called for a tablespoon of it. Are you kidding me? Now, you might think I'm crazy, but if you've ever eaten my cooking, you know I'm not, okay? So, I'm going to stir that in. And you guys, honestly, once I taste this after it's simmered for a while, I guarantee you I'll add more cumin. So now salt. I'm going to add in some salt. Ooh, right? I'm going to do just 1 little more. Okay, salt, and I'm going to do pepper. Now here's the thing, I kind of got to put this down because I've got a grinder, all right? So I'm going to add the pepper into there in just a second, but since I'm doing this on my iPhone, I cannot, I don't have 3 hands, so I'm going to do the pepper thing, right? And then I'll be back after I simmer this, okay? Okay, so I added my pepper, and I've got all my seasonings in there, so now I just have to bring everything to a boil. And once it's boiling, which it's starting to look promising here, right? Once it's boiling, then I'm going to cover it with my lid, this lid here, and then I'm going to let it simmer, turn my heat down way low down here and simmer it for about 15 minutes until that quinoa is ready to go, all right? So once again, I'll be back when that's ready to go. So timer's gone off, and look at that. It looks so yummy, and I love how colorful this is, right? So, one thing I do, and I've done it already, is I took my little scoop, and I take out some of the soup, some of the beans, some of that. I'm just going to get some of the thicker stuff, and I'm going to put it in my little mixer here, my little Ninja, okay? And the reason I'm doing it, and it'll say it in the ingredients or the directions as well, is that you can actually make your soup just a little bit thicker by doing this, okay? So I have a bit of a mess here now. Ready? A little bit of noise. Okay, so if you just take this off, I should be called the one-handed chef, seriously. So you're gonna take that off. Come on, you can do it with one hand. Ta-da. Okay, I'm gonna take up my little thing in the middle here. Okay, and you just put it right in. I'm gonna use my hand for a second. There we go. Okay, and it'll help get your soup just a little thicker. Now, you don't have to do it to all of it, but just a little bit, okay? And then once you get to the desired consistency of what you actually want for your soup, then you don't have to do any more, okay? So I'm just gonna take a look, and yeah, see, I wanted mine a little, I like the stew-like. So I've still got plenty of chunks, I've got plenty of good stuff. And that was the second round of that I did, okay? And then, now the recipe itself does not call for chicken, but I like chicken. So I thought it would be a great Mexican chicken soup. So I'm gonna add all this chicken into there, and it might overflow my dish. Yeah, just a bit, but you know that it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna simmer it now again for about, I don't know, about 15-20 minutes, just to make sure my chicken gets nice and a lot of that flavor that's already in it. And the reason I didn't add that when it was boiling is because I wanted to emulsify some of that soup so I could make it thicker. So now I'm just gonna let that go. Plus I always like to simmer just a little bit longer because I feel like the flavors get in there. And then I can go ahead and I can add whatever I need extra. So I can add more cumin, I can add more salt, I can add more pepper, more cayenne, whatever I feel needs to be added to just make those flavors perfect. And I feel like the longer it sits there, the better and the more yummy it's going to become. So I hope you like it. I will show you the finished product because I'm going to do just a couple little slices of avocado on it when I serve it. So stay tuned for that. Okay, here it is. Here it is, the finished product. And I threw some avocado in it, and I actually took a picture of it, and it was prettier, and then I stirred it up and realized I had to take a video of it. So it's good, it's yummy, and it's super good for you. Enjoy.